Sorry I'm late. All right. So today we're going to be talking about creating your first offer as a coach or consultant. So I know that there's like a lot of mixed advice when it comes to like creating your very first offer. So we're going to talk about some of the things that you should be thinking about and some of the things that you want to stay away from when it comes to that. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. So please feel free to drop your questions or your comments into the chat, and we can discuss them here live. Or if you're catching the replay, feel free to still drop them in the comments, and I'll definitely respond to you. So for your very first offer as a coach, consultant, or online service provider. Again, I said this, I know there's a lot of mixed advice out there about what to do. And I know when I first got started, I was confused. But as I've always said, I have to go with what makes logical business sense. And so when we talk about the first offer, what does that even mean, right? So your first offer is typically the most premium offering or something. Well, I guess the question would be, is it something that's most premium, or is it something that's at a lower price point? I know I've received that question before. So I would argue the first offer you should create should be your premium offering, but that's not necessarily the first offer that you market, if that makes sense. So I think you should create your most premium offering first, but you don't necessarily market your most premium offering um, first, if that makes sense. So remember, we're talking about offer creation right now. So when I work with clients, we typically will reverse engineer their offering, starting with the most premium service and then working our way down to lower ticket items. Many people do this in reverse, I found, but I think it's more effective to do it from premium down versus low ticket to high ticket. Um, the highest ticket item will be the most transformational and provide the greatest results. So once you know what you're doing at the highest level, it's a lot easier to say what you won't be doing at a lower price point, if that makes sense. So trying to go the reverse, like trying to go from low ticket to high ticket, I find that typically you end up pricing yourself in a way that doesn't cover your expenses when you do it that way, because you're trying to deliver as much as possible for this lower price point, because it's your first thing, or your very first thing you're putting out there, which definitely leads to burnout. Um, and you're probably going to be doing a lot of work and still not be able to cover the basic expenses. Hello, Kenton. How are you? So how does one decide what their first coaching offer, or what their first offer should be, rather, as a coach, consultant, or online service provider? My number one piece of advice: you got to start with your zone of genius, right? What you know how to do, and the solution that you can provide to your target market. So, in order to know what that solution will be, and what they're going to pay for, you have to know who they are, and the problems that they have, and which one you're going to solve. Right. So often, coaches and consultants don't know who their target market is, meaning it's just not specific enough. So the message is getting lost with all the other information that people receive on a daily basis. You saying that you want to help women is not specific, and it's not unique. You saying you want to help women overcome obstacles, help women heal from trauma, be the best version of themselves. I hate to break it to you, but that's not unique, right? But maybe the way in which you do it is, okay? Maybe the way in which you do that is unique. So just food for thought there. And that also ties into your messaging, which is, I talk a lot about that as well. But once you've decided what solution you can provide that your target market is willing to pay for, and solve the complex problem for them, break down that service, right? So, what are all the steps required to deliver? How long does it take? What's the value of this particular service, right? And you want to create then a sales and marketing strategy based upon your most premium offering, or based upon that particular offer. This would be like creating other products and services that lead up to this offer, creating a way for clients to experience many wins, messaging this service as the ideal way to work with you, and then creating other options that give people a chance to determine if they like working with you and if they want to choose you as their guide. Hello, thanks for joining. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense. That's 3 things you need to think about when it comes to developing your very first offer. Okay, the first is going to be starting with your zone of genius and the solution that you can provide to your target market, right? And in order to be able to do that, you got to know who these people are and what problems they have and which ones you can actually solve. The second is you once you decided what that solution is or what solution you can provide that your target market is willing to pay for, this is important, then you need to break down that service, right? And so you decide like what are the steps required to deliver this thing, how long does it take, and what's the value of the service. The third is going to be to create a sales and marketing strategy around this particular offer based upon this premium offering. So you want to have ways for people to experience mini wins when they come into your brand community. You want to message the service as the ideal way to work with you, and then create other products and services, aka other streams of income, that lead to this particular offer. Hopefully I'm making sense, guys. Please drop your questions or your comments into the chat. If you have any, don't be shy. So I think the main thing though, when you're creating your first offer, is just being really clear on the problem that you solve and for whom. I can't stress that enough. Like just being extremely, extremely clear on what problem that you solve and for whom. Like you can't be all over the place trying to solve, hey Darren, you can't be all over the place trying to solve all the problems for all the people. It's just not possible. What you may have though, it may actually benefit more than one group of people, right? That's completely possible, but focus on serving that main group. The others are going to be attracted to what you're doing and the offers anyway. You just don't want to dilute your messaging, right? You want that to remain crystal clear. The third is remember that you cannot be all things to all people. And there are some people who you will not be able to help. And that's something that you're going to have to accept as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. And then the fourth is that most coaches and consultants and online service providers struggle with their messaging. They struggle with their messaging. They struggle messaging their offers and also attracting their ideal client. It's because a lot of it is because you won't stick to one strategy long enough to see results. You're just completely on to the next thing. It's like, oh, that didn't work. You try it for like 2 days, try it for like a week, and then you're completely on to a new strategy. So let me just level set, guys, and just let you know, results in business take time. It's not an overnight process, right? The numbers and the stories of overnight successes are few and far between, right? If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing, and it's going to take you more time. The time you're trying to figure things out is the time you could have spent implementing a strategy, but you're actually doubling your time trying to reverse engineer a strategy from someone's social media, from someone's Instagram or Facebook that you saw, that you don't even know, honestly, if it's for your specific business, for your stage of business, right? And so the cycle and the saga continues of things that don't work for you. And I can't stress that enough. And as someone who like has an analytical background, like a week to test a strategy is nothing. It's statistically insignificant, honestly, when it comes to being able to determine if something actually works. That's just not enough time. You need time to be able to collect data, aggregate data, and make it so you can make a determination as to whether or not this particular strategy is effective or ineffective, or what parts of the strategy need to be tweaked to make it more effective. It might not be the strategy's not working. It's just that you need to tweak a certain part of it. Like, for example, maybe the strategy works, but you just need more traffic on the front end. Like, it's working for the people that you're getting into your funnel, but because you're not getting a large amount of people into the funnel, you're not able to convert at the level in which you are that's your goal level to convert, right? If you're only getting 10 people to your funnel a week, and let's say you happen to convert one every other week, it's kind of like if you had more traffic, you have a higher chance of conversion. Hopefully I'm making sense, right? Or let's say you're getting loads of people, you're getting hundreds of people to your funnel, right? And nobody's clicking on anything. That could be that you have a messaging problem, or the offer is not something that they want, but you wouldn't know that if you didn't stick to that particular strategy to be able to analyze what's actually going on. And also maybe not even having the right tools to be able to analyze what's going on in your business. So anywho, hopefully I'm making sense, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. And just remember, guys, success is nothing more than intentional and consistent action over time. Keywords are intentional and consistent, not random and haphazard. Okay. So if you have any questions about how I work with coaches and consultants and online service providers inside the Brand Builder Blueprint to attract their ideal clients, grow their coaching programs, close consulting offers, 3 to 5 high ticket clients per month, set up additional income streams, you can look in my bio. If you're watching me on Instagram, if you're watching me on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, you can click the link in the description of the live and you can apply for the Brand Builder Blueprint. Oh, Kitchen said it makes sense. Thanks so much. Okay, so any other questions, guys? Anything at all? Any questions? I'm going to do like a real quick recap on all of it. Okay. All right. So we've been talking about, if you just joined us, we've been talking about creating your very first offer in your coaching or consulting business, and like how do you determine what the very first offer is. If we're focusing on specifically on offer creation, I always recommend my clients to create their most premium offering first. Doesn't mean it's the first thing you actually market, but you want to create that first so you understand where your clients are going, right? And we reverse engineer the rest of your offerings so that you have a place to lead people. And also there's more than one way to do business with you as well. But what you don't want to do is like basically create a premium offering and charge really low prices because you're not going to be able to meet your business expenses. So I find it's easier to actually do that in reverse, and making sure that you have the right tools to support you in the offer creation process and being able to enroll clients into your premium program, right? A lot of what goes into getting clients is messaging, and so if you're not clear on what problem that you solve and for whom and how to effectively communicate that, you're going to have trouble consistently enrolling people into your program. So hopefully I'm making sense with that. And like I said, if you guys have any questions about how I work with clients inside the Brand Builder Blueprint to help them be able to consistently enroll high ticket clients in their programs and create multiple streams of income, then you can click the link in my bio if you're on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. The description of the live is slayhardeveryday.co, and you can apply for the Brand Builder Blueprint. I think that's it. I don't see any questions from anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Okie doke, y'all. So if you have any questions or you want to connect with me, you can feel free to do so. On Facebook or YouTube, I'm at iSimplyShe. And LinkedIn, I'm at Crystal Renee. And then on Instagram, I'm at I_simply_she. All right, guys. So that is all. Take care, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.